Venezuela's armed forces have rallied to support the government of Nicolas Maduro after secret plans for a violent coup were uncovered. Defense Minister Vladimir Padrino Lopez says the unity of the military forces will not come into doubt, along with their support and loyalty to the president.
La Fuerza Armada Nacional Bolivariana reitera su apoyo incondicional.
The National Bolivarian Armed Forces reaffirm their unconditional support and absolute loyalty to our President, Commander of the National Bolivarian Armed Forces, Nicolás Maduro Moros, and reaffirms its commitment to the Constitution, the will of the people, and the plan of the country.
Ley que guía la revolución bolivariana en la construcción del socialismo bolivariano del siglo XXI.
Several Air Force officers and a number of civilian politicians were involved in the plot. According to the plans found on a computer belonging to those arrested, the targets included several public buildings and locations.
The plan was for a military Tucano jet to fly over Caracas and bomb several strategic points, like the headquarters of military intelligence and the nearby Telesur building in the east of the capital. They also intended to bomb Plaza Venezuela, one of the busiest spots in the center of the city, as well as the city hall of the capital district. The Public Prosecutor's Office and the Ministry of Defense, as well as Miraflores' presidential palace, were all on the target list. With these attacks, the plotters apparently intended to create chaos and sow panic amongst the population.
Minister for Planning and Information, Ricardo Menendez, assured that the Venezuelan people are alert and ready to defend the country's sovereignty.
If some people pretend to try any coup attempt, harm the people of Venezuela and President Maduro, they should know that no stone will be left standing, because all the people will come out to defend the country. The defense of the revolution is the defense of democracy. It's the defense of the country.
La defensa de la revolución es la defensa de la democracia, es la defensa de la patria.
Staying with this top story today, the second vice president of the National Assembly has reaffirmed that Telesur was among the plotters' targets. She says that fact reveals a different version of the situation in Venezuela to the world.
The
international press will attempt to misrepresent it and say that it's not really the case, that this is a new attempt by the government to position itself in power, as they say. But notice that one of the targets was Telesur. Why include a television channel as a military target? Because it's bringing the world a different version of the events, which it's done for similar processes in other countries.
Dando a conocer al mundo la otra versión de los hechos, como lo ha hecho Telesur en otros procesos similares al Venezuela.
And let's take a look now at what exactly was planned as part of this coup attempt.
The coup plotters had planned to overthrow the elected government of President Nicolas Maduro with a campaign of violence. From January 6th through January 8th, coup plotters planned to conduct nationwide protests aimed at fomenting unrest in the streets. In the rest of January, they hoped the country would descend into a state of turmoil, paving the way for the violent overthrow of the Maduro administration. On February 3rd, officials at the U.S. Embassy in Caracas attempted to bribe people close to the Venezuelan government to participate in a coup. The coup was scheduled to begin on February 12th. The first targets were to be Chavista and opposition marches commemorating Youth Day. Strategic sites across Caracas were to be bombed. Members of both the opposition and the government were expected to be assassinated. Media outlets would be forced to broadcast the statement announcing the collapse of the government. By February 13th, the coup government expected to be firmly in control of the country and free to roll back Venezuela's socialist revolution.